What is up? So, for everyone that lets their kid watch Pokemon or collect Pokemon, and you're a follower of Christ, don't let them buy Pokemon or watch Pokemon or any of this sort. So, I serve Christ, and I've been praying on this for a long time. And I was selling it, I was collecting it, I was buying it, for just to collect. I wasn't really playing the game. I wasn't playing the card game. I wasn't doing anything. I was collecting and selling it to make money. And for those that do know me in person, know that this is where I pay my bills. This is how I make my bills. But the spirit kind of was I felt something that was like, this is not right. This selling this is not right. And I've been praying on God to give me signs, to give me scripture, to give me some sort of good sign on is Pokemon bad. So I watched this video and I've did my research and the origins of Pokemon, and it's bad. It's bad. Like the origin of Pokemon, the mythology, the gods, that come in Pokemon, that are everything that comes with Pokemon is demonic. It's based on gods and Japanese mythology, I think Greek mythology, and a whole bunch of other gods from around the world. And as follower of Christ, we know that there's only one God. So, it hit me I gotta not sell it and not give it away, but to burn it, to cut it up, to pretty much to get it out of my house, because of what I'm welcoming into my household, right? So I pretty much want to warn everybody that follows Christ, that don't really know about Pokemon. I literally have thousands and thousands of dollars that I've invested into Pokemon, and I didn't really know until I did my research, and it comes out to being bad. But we all know that the people that serve God, we serve a God that provides, a God that has your back, a God that is gonna be there through good times, and through it all. He's gonna give you victory. So I just want to come on this live to pretty much explain and do your own research. Don't just go based on what I'm saying and think that I'm just saying all these things to say. No, this is true. What I'm doing is getting rid of it. I'm cutting it up, because if I just throw it away, someone else can find it and pretty much just get it, keep it, make money off of it. But I don't want that. Cutting it up loses value. Cutting it up, people don't want it anymore or whatever. But I don't want to push it down anyone's throat that doesn't believe this and that. But yeah, get rid of it. Do your research on it. I'm doing that. I went live on a platform called Whatnot, and I pretty much said I'm not selling no more. I'm no longer selling there anymore, because like I said, I was making my money off of this, and I got a lot of criticism. I got a lot of bash. People saying that, what am I doing? I'm on drugs. I'm crazy. I'm telling me all these things, pretty much trying to hurt me or try to get reaction off of me and stuff like that. But I didn't let it get to me. I expect it from people that don't really understand where I'm coming from, or people that don't really know why I'm doing this. But for people that were interested, I told them to message me. And I'll send them the information of why why I'm doing this, pretty much, and the videos I've watched and the stuff I've read and what it comes down to. So yeah, I'm getting rid of all this stuff. And yeah, like I've always been a big thing. Like I've always like, like I'm sorry, I can't even speak. Just pretty much watch what you hear, watch what you eat, watch what you consume, watch everything, because you're pretty much feeding your soul. You're pretty much feeding your body, and you gotta make sure that you watch what you listen to, everything, because we can be feeding ourselves the wrong things. That's why we gotta be feeding ourselves the word every day. We gotta be listening to the right stuff, the right music, worship music, and stuff like that. So, I'm glad, God gave me clarity on this stuff. A lot of people may think I'm crazy, throwing away like tens and tens of thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards, but none of this stuff is even ours. Like, what I'm saying, like, nothing that is ours. Like, God gives, God takes away, and like, I know God is my provider. He's my Jehovah Jireh, and I'm like a lot of people hate me now. I've been losing friends since I've came to Christ. I've always lost friends. Like, ever since I came to Christ, people stopped talking to me. Obviously, I don't party anymore. I don't drink anymore. I don't go to clubs anymore. Don't dance anymore. Like, stuff like that, that I used to do in the world. So people obviously stopped talking to me. And it's okay, because I want to make sure I go to heaven, and make sure, now that I'm married and I have kids, to be the good role model, to be that father that guides his kids to the right path and not the wrong path, and not to go through what I went through, but yeah, that's why I'm doing this. And I'm not perfect. I still have my flaws that I need to work with. Ain't nobody in this world that's perfect. But we all sin every single day. So I don't judge. I mean, I will correct, if I see my wife doing something wrong, I will correct my brothers that if I see something wrong, because we gotta do that. But we also gotta check ourselves first before we do that, because how are you gonna tell someone to stop drinking if you yourself are drinking? How are you gonna tell someone else to stop fornicating when you're fornicating? You know what I'm saying? So we gotta check ourselves before we start doing that also. So yeah, it's a lot to go through. I do want to document this, because I feel like Pokemon is just so big, and it's so it just keeps growing, and the craze around it is crazy. Like, it got me into it. Like, look at all this stuff that I have. Like, look at all the stuff I have. Look at all the stuff. Like, I have like like tons of it, And I was just buying and to collect and to sell, to make money and whatnot. But I got clarity, and I got deliverance, and people are like, you're dumb, you're crazy, you should just sell it. I mean, I was selling it. That's how I was making my money. But I don't want to pass it down to other people when I know it's bad. Even though they don't know it's bad, I don't want to pass it down to people, and that when I know it's bad. I hope you understand that. But and a lot of people say, like, how are you gonna provide for your family, this and that. Like, I still have other sources of income, like Victory Through Christ. Like, I want to make I'm gonna restart Victory Through Christ and get it back and running. I do want to help a lot of people, with whatever God blesses me with too, because there's a lot of people out there that need, that are in financial situations, and that are homeless, and that are in need. So, one step at a time. You got to be patient, and pretty much consult with God with everything that you have. Remember, we're never supposed to do things our own understanding or walk with our own strength and stuff like that. Y'all know the Bible verses. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And but with the Pokemon stuff, it does come deeper and rooted into a lot of demonic stuff, and deeply rooted, into like the real world and like the incense and stuff like that. And it's just it astonished me when I was like listening about it and reading about it and just learning about it. It's insane how like something so like that we see, like Pikachu is just so innocent and so we call it adorable and this and that, but like how it can just be covered up. It's crazy, and I'm also a big collector of Funkos and a big collector of all this other stuff. But obedience is key, and like I want to do what's right. I want to be righteous. This stuff, I'm gonna tell you right now, this stuff ain't gonna save me. This stuff, what I'm doing, it doesn't save me. Like, just because I'm doing this, don't mean I'm saved. Just because I'm like being obedient, don't get me saved. Like, I've got baptized. Baptism doesn't get you saved either. It's just like you showing obedience to God. Damn, these things are thick. It's like you just being obedient to God. This stuff doesn't save you. But I want to be obedient. I don't want to be a hypocrite either. I listen to a lot of like preachers, and it's true. Like the devil is up there with Christ saying like, look, your son calls himself a son of God, but yet he's over here having Pokemon cards. Or your son calls himself a son of Christ, but he's over here like drinking or whatever your bad habits may be. So it's just a lot of things that we as followers of Christ need to work on, and we just gotta keep it like praying for one another, and keep going. Don't give up. I was saved 2015, and I've fallen. I went back to the world, and I was a prodigal. Like God came back for me though. He came back for me in a way I didn't want him to, but it had to happen, and I'm back. And I'm just trying my best to stand firm and do the right thing and be a good father and be a good husband and brother and son. Because it's tough. But like we gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it not give up. Oh snap! But like just come here to talk about that. I'm probably gonna go live more often as well. I have my TikTok, Victor to Christ, if you guys want to follow me there. I've been doing like biblical scriptures and like talking about it, stuff like that, and I'm posting this what I'm doing at the moment, which is getting rid of my Pokemon stuff and my Dragon Ball Z stuff and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I went live on Whatnot earlier, I wanted to come out here, and I'm probably gonna go live on Facebook next. But if you guys have any questions, just message me on through here, and then I'll talk to you guys. And also, if anyone of you guys need prayer, just message me. I'll keep you guys on my prayer. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. God bless you guys. Peace out.